I stopped playing. I was living in London, hustling to get my very first tech startup off the ground. And somewhere along the way, I lost my lightness, my joy, and the fun of it all. I forgot the game. I forgot that life is a game. But my body reminded me of the price. I developed chronic stomach pain every single day, purely from stress. And I labeled it as completely normal. I mean, everyone is stressed, right? Then one day I sat down and I asked myself a simple question. What changed? Why did life suddenly feel so hard? And the answer surprised me with how simple it was. I had stopped playing the game of life. That day, I made a decision to play again. And when I did, life became lighter. It flowed again. I've never stopped playing ever since. And this is also what I'm going to talk to you about today. The game of life and how it actually works. The neuroscience of it, and what does winning mean in this game of life? What does losing mean in this game? And are there any cheat codes to win even faster? If you stay until the end, I have a gift for you that I'm pretty sure you will enjoy a lot. So, the game of life, how does it actually work? When I talk about the game of life, I'm not being poetic. I'm being literal, all based on neuroscience, on how your brain works. So every game in general has a game map, right? So this is your environment and your circumstances. It has a starting point, which I call the robot zone. This is your subconscious autopilot. It has levels, each with challenges. Think of the Bowsers in Super Mario. And it has a win zone, where your desired outcomes live. Love, success, freedom, health, impact, all is there. Now let's look at why playing life as a game is not just helpful, but actually neurologically optimal. The neuroscience of play, flow, and winning. When the brain enters play and flow states, several powerful things happen. Learning speed increases by 2 to 5 times. This happens because dopamine, norepinephrine, and BDNF are released together. A rare and powerful neurochemical cocktail that accelerates learning and adaptation. Long-term memory retention increases by 30 to 50%. So dopamine tags memories is important, while reduced cortisol allows the hippocampus to store them more efficiently. And stress drops by 40 to 60%. And lower stress unlocks neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. Creativity and problem solving increase up to 400%. Why? Because play shifts the brain out of threat mode, so out of the amygdala, and into exploration mode. In short, play is not a distraction from your growth. Play is actually the biological doorway to your growth. What does winning mean in this game of life? Winning the game of life means this. You move from the starting point, you progress through the levels, you overcome the challenges, and you enter your win zone, where your desired outcomes exist. And this part is important. Winning rarely happens on the very first attempt. Just like in any other game, you learn the level. You might fail, you adapt, and you try again with better strategy and especially better neurowiring. So that's not failure. This is how learning works. So how do we lose in this game of life? This is the neuroscience edition. So losing doesn't mean it's a catastrophe. It simply means you don't reach your win zone in the time frame that you desire. And there are a few core reasons why this might happen. Reason number 1. You actually never leave the starting point. You never leave the robot zone. So most people never leave the robot zone. The robot zone is your brain's autopilot, the set of subconscious programs running your life right now. And they created exactly this reality right now for you. And here's the key neuroscience fact. 95% of all your brain activity is subconscious. This means most of your decisions, reactions, behaviors, and beliefs are completely automated. And the primary job of this autopilot is not happiness or growth or reaching your win zone. Its job is safety and survival. Staying familiar, staying predictable, staying the very same again and again. Second reason, you're not playing your own game. So your robot zone was installed early. Most of these programs were formed in childhood and teenage years, before your prefrontal cortex, so the brain region responsible for reasoning, for perspective, and conscious choice, was fully developed, so it wasn't there. As children, we don't analyze our reality. We simply copy-paste it through mirror neurons, synchronized nervous systems, and brain waves through repeated emotional environments. So whatever we experience repeatedly becomes our default wiring. This is why many people unconsciously play their parents' game, their family's definition of success, and their culture's rules. Not because it's true for them, but because it was installed before they could question it. And the third reason why you might lose is you stop playing the game. So you quit after a failed attempt. Another way we lose is we try, we fail, and instead of adopting, you retreat back into the robot zone because it feels safe. Or you encounter a big Bowser, a big challenge that triggers your fears, your doubts, or overwhelm, and your nervous system is pulling you back into the familiar completely automatically. So not because you're weak, but simply because your brain is doing its job. So what are some cheat codes? How could we win faster? So this is the key. Here's the turning point that I love the most. To pass a level, you must think differently than before, right? You must act somehow differently than before. And you must respond differently than before. And this means the brain must create new neural pathways. Traditionally, the brain does this through repeated, especially in the physical experiences over time. That can take, though, 3 years, 10 years, a whole lifetime. Many people never upgrade their reality. But here's the neuroscience shortcut that I work with. So beliefs are neural networks, right? So change the network and your reality perception will change. Your emotions, decisions, and your desired behavior will follow. So this is where the cheat code comes in. By consciously identifying and rewiring limiting beliefs, you can stop repeating patterns, you can skip unnecessary try and error, and you can unlock new capabilities almost immediately. You can compress decades of learning into months or even weeks. So this isn't motivational talk. This is directed neuroplasticity. And I've developed a whole method around this, which I call the Neuro-Game. The Neuro-Game is a beautiful system for exactly this. It's about becoming aware of the game that you're currently playing. It's exposing your robot zone. So what are your limiting subconscious beliefs? It's identifying your win zone. And it's recognizing the challenges, the Bowsers of your current level. And it's rewiring those limiting beliefs then safely, quickly, and long-lasting, all based on how your brain naturally works. So it's a conscious up-leveling for you. Instead of being played by the game, you finally become the creator of the game. So you're here right now with me, watching and seeing me. So you want to become the creator of the game. Then you want to understand whether your mind is working for you or against you. And the 7 steps to rewire your brain to upgrade your game, your reality. The Neuro-Game scan does exactly this. And it is free for now. It will show you which state your brain is in, what is working for you or against you, why this is happening, and what needs to shift next. Press the link in the description. And remember, life doesn't get easier when you try harder. It gets easier when you start playing again.